Chapter 9. Duryodhana's Jealousy. The Kauravas and the Pandavas were brought up under the supervision of Bhishma. The Pandavas proved themselves superior to the Kauravas in sports. Bhima would easily defeat Duryodhana and his brothers. Many a time he would pull their hair, tie them up, and hang them upside down from a branch of a tree, and sometimes tug at their legs and drag them along the ground. Often Bhima would grab the Kauravas bathing in the river and pin them down in the water. They could barely manage to save themselves and escape when the Kauravas climbed up the tree to collect fruits, Bhima would vigorously shake the tree so that the Kauravas fell off the tree like ripe fruits. Almost all the Kauravas had some sign of injury caused by Bhima's strength on their bodies. Thus they always hated Bhima. The Pandavas and the Kauravas spent their childhood together. Soon the years passed and they grew up to be adventurous young men. This worried Duryodhana a lot. Since Dhritarashtra was blind, Pandu was crowned the king of Hastinapur. Now after Pandu's death, his eldest son Yudhishthira was crowned the heir to the throne of Hastinapur. Thus, it was certain that he would be the future king of Hastinapur. Dhritarashtra was helpless because of his blindness, and so Duryodhana started hatching plots to prevent Yudhishthira from ascending the throne. But he also knew that as long as the mighty Bhima was with Yudhishthira, no harm would come to him. No one could match Bhima's strength. So Duryodhana made up his mind to play a clever trick on Bhima in order to get rid of him. One fine day, the Kauravas and the Pandavas went for a picnic on the banks of the river Ganga. After a swim in the river, they had a hearty meal. Tired, they went to sleep on the banks of the river Ganga. Duryodhana had mixed a potion in Bhima's food. After lunch, Bhima fell into deep slumber. Duryodhana then tied the sleeping Bhima's arms and legs with some thorny creepers and threw him into the river. Meanwhile, Bhima drifted in the strong current of the river and was carried down to the Naga kingdom, the land of snakes. He was bitten by thousands of snakes. Their poison washed away the poison in his body. When Bhima regained consciousness, the snakes called their king Vasuki. One of the snakes was Aryaka, who was Kunti's maternal grandfather. Aryaka recognized Bhima and took him to a pond which was filled with divine nectar. Bhima was asked to drink all the nectar in the pond. As a result, Bhima gained the strength of 10,000 elephants. The snakes arranged for a bed for Bhima and he went to sleep peacefully. Meanwhile, in the evening, the Kauravas and the Pandavas woke up and returned to Hastinapur. On their way, Yudhishthira inquired about Bhima. Duryodhana said to Yudhishthira, "I think Bhima must have woken up early and returned home." But Yudhishthira was worried about Bhima. On reaching home, he asked Kunti, "Mother, has Bhima returned home?" Yudhishthira became surprised. Kunti replied, "No, he hasn't. Why didn't you keep him with you? Why was he left all alone?" Yudhishthira became pale with worry. Kunti too became anxious. She suspected that Duryodhana might have killed Bhima. She rushed to Vidura and informed him that Bhima was missing. Consoling her, Vidura said, "Sister, all the sages have predicted that the Pandavas will live for a long life. So do not worry. I am sure that Bhima will return safely." Kunti and her sons anxiously waited for Bhima to return home safely. Bhima slept for 8 days in the Naga kingdom. When he woke up, he could feel immense strength in his body. The snakes cheered him heartily. Bhima took his leave of them and returned home. He narrated the whole incident to Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira advised him to keep the incident a secret and also warned him to be careful of Duryodhana. After a few days, Duryodhana once again mixed some poison in Bhima's food. Duryodhana's brother Yudhishthira, who loved the Pandavas, cautioned Bhima and saved his life. After that incident, Duryodhana and his maternal uncle Shakuni tried many methods to kill Bhima, but it is all in vain. However, on the advice of Vidura and Yudhishthira, the Pandavas never revealed to others about those events. Thank you.